a friend, here's what to say. Let's talk in English, 10 minutes every day. When you need a friend, here's what to say. Let's talk in English, 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Hey, James, would you like to live in a tiny house?
No, I have too many things. But why do you ask? Don't you like your house?
I do, but there are so many interesting houses in the world.
I know. In some countries, people live in houses above the water.
That would be fun. You could fish from your house.
Why live on land? You could live on a boat. That would be a great house.
It would.
I'd like to live in a cave.
A cave? Why?
It would be cool in summer. An underground house would be cool too.
So would a tree house. Your house could have different levels.
And you'd have a nice view.
Do you live in an apartment or a house with a yard? There are so many different kinds of houses. Some are large, some are small, and some are tiny. They can be on just one level, or they can have several levels. Some people live in very wet areas. Their houses may be high above the water. Some people don't live in a house on land. Their house is a boat. And some people even live in caves or underground. Where do you live? Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk in English. My name is Garrett, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, hi friends, I'm Pauline, and you're here for a culture lesson.
Today's title is Different Kinds of Houses.
Garrett, do you live in a house?
No, I live in an apartment. You too, right?
Yeah, I also live in an apartment. Most people in big cities live in apartments.
That's true. But you grew up in a small town, right?
Yes, I grew up in a small town of about 7,000 people.
Oh, that is a small town. So did you live in a house there?
Yes, and my parents still live there.
Okay, so you grew up living in a house, but now you live in an apartment. Which one do you like better? Do you prefer living in a house or an apartment?
That's a hard question. In some ways, I like living in a house better. But in other ways, I like living in an apartment.
Okay. Can you explain that?
Well, apartments are nice because you don't have to mow the lawn, shovel the sidewalks, or rake the leaves.
That's true. You don't have to do any outdoor work with an apartment.
Right. But houses are nice because you have a lawn, so you can plant flowers and sit outside at night.
Good point. Although not all houses have lawns.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, and we're going to talk about that today. But first, let's learn today's key words. Sonia?
Hello, 你想住在迷你房屋里吗？ Susie 问 Hey James, would you like to live in a tiny house? 形容词 tiny 就是极小的。住在树屋里，房子可以有好几层楼哦。Susie 说 Your house could have different levels. 名词 level 就是层、楼层。有些国家的人住在盖在水面上的房子里。James 说 In some countries, people live in houses above the water. 名词 water 就是水。他觉得何必住在陆地上呢？ James 说 Why live on land? 名词 land 就是陆地。James 想住在洞穴里。I'd like to live in a cave. 名词 cave 就是洞穴。
Hey, James, would you like to live in a tiny house?
No, I have too many things. But why do you ask? Don't you like your house?
I do, but there are so many interesting houses in the world.
I know. In some countries, people live in houses above the water.
That would be fun. You could fish from your house.
So, Pauline, what is your parents' house like? Is it a tiny house?
Oh no, it's a really big house. It's 2 stories high and it has a basement.
Okay, so it's not on just one level.
Right. Would you like to see a picture of it?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Here, this is the house I grew up in.
Nice. It is a big house. Oh, and I love the plants in the yard.
Yeah, I do too, thanks.
So, would you ever want to live in a tiny house?
Oh, I don't know. Friends, the word tiny means very, very small. And tiny houses really are so small.
Yes, they are. So, would you like to live in one?
Maybe. They are really cute, and I like the idea of living simply and owning less stuff. But that would also be hard.
Yeah, you would have to get rid of a lot of things.
Right. What about you, Garrett? Would you like to live in a tiny house?
Oof, I'm not sure either. Oh, but hey, I am sure that Sonia would like to talk to us about this question. Sonia?
Susie 想知道 James 是否愿意住在小房子里呢？ Would you like to live in a tiny house? 我们来看一下 Would you like to 这个问句，用来询问对方如果有机会是否愿意做某事。To 的后面要用原形动词，比如说 Would you like to be the president? 你会想当总统吗？或是Would you like to climb Jade Mountain? 你会想要去爬玉山吗？我们也可以用这样的一个句型呢，来询问别人的意愿，像是 Would you like to go for a ride? 你想要去兜风吗？我们再举一个例子 Would you like to have some coffee? 想来点咖啡吗？ Yes, please. 好啊。
Thanks, Sonia. So, Garrett and I might want to live in a tiny house, but not Susie. She would not like to live in one.
That's right. James asked her about this, and she said no. She says she has too many things.
Oh, hey, Garrett. Would you like to live in a houseboat?
Ooh, maybe. That would be fun. Although those are also very small.
Oh, that's true. Oh, or what about those houses that are built above the water? Would you like to live in one of those?
Oh, yeah, probably. That would be fun.
I think so too. Oh, and that's also a fun calendar phrase.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. 那一定很好玩。
Would you like to live on a boat?
That would be fun.
Would you like to live in a cave?
That would be fun.
Would you like to live in a tree house?
That would be fun. But I'd really like to live in a tiny house.
Why is that?
Because I'm a tiny person.
You're right.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. 那一定很好玩。
So, Garrett, what kind of house wouldn't you want to live in?
I don't know. Why do you ask?
Because we're talking about different kinds of houses today. Oh, but hey, that's right. That's the question Manya wanted to use with us today, isn't it?
Right. Manya?
Hello, friends. I hope you're having a good day. You're here just in time for Use It. If you want to know the reason for something, you can ask a why question. Let's look at a couple examples. We can say, for example, why do you walk to school? Or why do you like that movie? Think of your own why question. Then go out there and use it.
Thanks, Manya. Friends, do you live in an apartment or a house? Would you like to live in a tiny house or a house above the water? Talk about that during the break, and then we'll be right back.
Let's talk in English. 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Welcome back, friends. Today we are talking about different kinds of houses around the world.
Houses come in all shapes and sizes, and they can be made of many different things. They can be made of wood, brick, or metal.
And they can be many stories high or just built on one level.
They can be built on land or on water.
Or underground.
Wait, what? Underground?
Yes, that's what James and Susie are talking about right now. Let's go back to their conversation.
Why live on land? You could live on a boat. That would be a great house.
It would.
I'd like to live in a cave.
A cave? Why?
It would be cool in summer. An underground house would be cool too.
So would a tree house. Your house could have different levels.
And you'd have a nice view.
Pauline, would you like to live in a tree house?
Yes, I would love to live in a tree house. Wouldn't you?
Actually, yes, I do think that would be fun. Oh, and you would also probably like to live on a boat, right?
Oh, I would. I would love to live on the water. Oh, that would be fun.
I did know that. What about a house built above the water? Would you like that too?
Sure, I'd love that too. Actually, my husband used to live in a house like that. Oh, he has so many great stories about it.
Nice. Oh, hey, what about living underground? Would you ever want to live in a cave?
I don't think so.
Really? Why not? Are you scared of bats?
No, but I like lots of sunshine and natural light. I think a cave would be really dark.
Well, maybe, but it would be really cool in the summer.
Oh, that's true, and that would be nice. I know neither one of us like really hot weather.
Right, so that part would be very nice.
I do love staying in my parents' basement in the summer. It's a great place to go to get away from the summer heat.
Yeah, I think I'd love to live in an underground house. Oh, and I think Sonia would like to talk to us about this sentence pattern. Sonia?
James 想住在洞穴里，他说 I'd like to live in a cave。刚刚我们学过 Would you like to 问句的用法，现在我们来看看 I'd like to 这个讲法。I'd 是 I would 的缩写。I'd like to 是指我想要或是请给我的意思，是很委婉客气的说法。我们可以说 I'd like to get some fresh air 我想要去透透气，或是 I'd like to have some Coke please 请给我可乐， 我们再举个例子 ，I'd like to travel to the moon。有机会，我想去月球看看。
Thanks, Sonia. Friends, you can have really fun, interesting conversations with people using these kinds of sentences. For example, hey Garrett, what famous person would you like to meet?
Oh, I'd like to meet the actor Tom Hanks. What about you, Pauline?
Ooh, I'd like to meet Bill Gates.
Okay. Pauline, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
Ooh, I'd like to travel to the Iguazu waterfall in South America.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Would you like to live in South America someday, Pauline?
Yeah, I'd love to live in South America. Where would you like to live someday?
I would love to live in Europe.
Oh, okay. What country would you like to live in?
Probably Holland.
Ah, okay. You've lived there before,
This
though.
is true.
Well, friends, we would love to talk some more, but I think we better stop and review our keywords now.
Here's your first keyword for today. Tiny. Tiny. Maria's car is tiny.
Level. Level. My house has 2 levels.
Water. Water. Let's walk by the water.
Land. Land. The land around here is very dry.
Cave. Cave. It's dark in the cave. All right, friends, those are your keywords for today. Keep on practicing them. Now, let's go back and watch our conversation one more time.
Hey, James, would you like to live in a tiny house?
No, I have too many things. But why do you ask? Don't you like your house?
I do, but there are so many interesting houses in the world.
I know. In some countries, people live in houses above the water.
That would be fun. You could fish from your house.
Why live on land? You could live on a boat. That would be a great house.
It would.
I'd like to live in a cave.
A cave? Why?
It would be cool in summer. An underground house would be cool too.
So would a tree house. Your house could have different levels.
And you'd have a nice view.
I want to live in a tiny house.
Ginger, you can't live in a tiny house. You have too many things.
Oh, true. Well then, I want to live on a boat. I can go fishing.
Yes, but if you live on a boat, you can't climb trees.
True. So I should live on land. Oh, maybe I can live in a cave.
Ginger, you can't live in a cave. Caves are dark and scary.
True. Oh, well then where can I live?
You know, the best place for you to live is...
In a tree house. Oh, I want to live in a tree house.
Ginger, you already live in a tree house.
And it's perfect. I love my tree house.
It's good to be back in the shop. Let's see, what can I fix today? I wonder if any new sentences came in. Ah, yes, here we go. Oof, this sentence looks bad. Poor thing. Well, let's see if I can help. Okay, don't a house on land live in. I. Oh, wow! Oh, I often start sentences with a person, so there. Good. Yes, let's start with the word I. Now, what do I do? Is there an action word? Oh, yes, live. Oh, good. Yes, this is much better. I live in, what? Well, I live in an apartment, but I don't see that word here. Oh, I see. A house. There it is. A full sentence. I live in a house. What a nice, simple sentence. Oh, but there is still some extra words down there. Oh, maybe I can make the sentence longer. Let's see. I know. Oh, Howie, you are so good. Look at that nice sentence, nice and long. I live in a house on land. Nice. Oh, but now I'll make it even longer. Whoa, that word changes the sentence completely. I don't live in a house on land. Wait, really? So where do I live? In a tree? Or maybe a boat?
Ooh, Garrett, I thought of another house I would like to live in. Well, it's kind of like a house. I would like to live in an RV.
Okay, well, could you tell us what an RV is, Pauline?
Well, an RV is like the size of a bus, and it's a house on wheels. You can drive it places.
That's right. I've seen those around. Oh, and there's a similar thing. Some people get a van, they take out all of the seats and make it into kind of a tiny home.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Some people just use those for camping or for special vacations, but I think some of them are nice enough. You can live in them year-round if you want.
Yeah, that way you're not stuck to living in just one place. You can move around and see lots of different places.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. I do love to travel.
That's right. Well, friends, don't forget to look at today's lesson in our magazine. You can see pictures of a tiny house, a boathouse, and a cave house.
Oh yeah, I did see the picture of that house in the cave. It actually looked pretty cute and cozy.
Well, I thought the same thing about the boathouse.
Yeah, it looked nice. Well, again, friends, if you want to see those pictures, go ahead and check out our magazine, and then we'll see you tomorrow, right here on Let's Talk in English. Goodbye.